full of bullshit, and we're here to call it out. Real talk, raw truth, and plenty of spice. Welcome to She Who Thrives.
We're your hosts,
Mindy.
Kaytlen.
And Harrison.
And since this is our first episode, we thought that we would start off by letting you guys get to know a little bit about us and why we decided to start this podcast.
A little disclaimer, this is our very first podcast, so it's not going to be perfect. And honestly, it might be a little bit messy, but that's kind of the point. We figure we're going to figure it out as we go and we'll get better with time. So bear with us, laugh with us, probably cringe with us, but stick around because this podcast is like all of us, a work in progress. And that's what makes it real.
We thought by just starting questions to get to know us. I didn't quite know how to say that for some reason. So I'll start. And my name is Mindy, and I am the mom, and I am 51 years old. I was born in Casa Grande, Arizona, and I moved to Utah, southern Utah, when I was about 4. So I've lived here for most of my life. My husband's name is Adam, and he is a software developer. He is 14 and a half years younger than me, but it works well for us as long as we don't talk about age. We've been married for about 10 years, and we met. He was from Iowa. He moved here to open a complete nutrition store. And at the time I was dating a guy from Switzerland. We had been at the hot springs, which smell like sulfur. We walked into his store to get some supplements, and that is how we met. And he asked us if we washed dogs for a living because we smelled so lovely. So I don't know how we ended up marrying, but yeah. I have 4 biological kids and I have 2 bonus kids. Adam has 1 son, and then I was married in between that, and he had a daughter, and I still consider her mine. So my kids range from 31 to the youngest is now 18. I have 7 grandkids, and they start at 11 and go to 2.5 months. And that is a huge blessing in my life. There's nothing I love more than being a grandma. I have been in the financial planning industry, investment world, and I've really loved that. I've backed off a lot on that, and I'm only doing that a little bit during the week. For the most part, I'm I am a wife and a grandma and a mom, and I strive to be the very best version of those 3 things that I possibly can. So that is fun for me. Hobbies. We like to travel. We love to travel. That's a really fun thing for us. We like to go to the gym and stay active, hike, anything outside, water sports. I love spending time with my family. My kids are probably the funnest people for me to be around. I enjoy that, and my grandkids. So one of my guilty pleasures is probably buying shoes and shopping on Amazon.
You should see this woman's garage. There's barely enough room for the cars.
The shoes go in the garage. So yes. A signature trait that I have, I would probably say that I'm probably too honest at times, I guess. If you ask me for my opinion or for help, or I try to not give unsolicited advice. Sometimes I do to my kids, but that's okay. That's what you do as a mom. But you're not going to hear it sugar coated from me. I feel like I did that for way too many years of my life, and now I just say it how I see it. So I don't want to say I don't have a filter, because I can filter when I need to, but sometimes I'm not going to. My first love language is quality time. That is a huge thing for me. If my cup is filled up with quality time, everything in my world is fantastic. My second love language is acts of service, and it's really just the little tiny simple things that matter the most to me. A big pet peeve, I have a few, but a big one is when people drive slow in the fast lane. We just went to Nevada over the weekend to go to dinner, and I just almost want to road rage. Like when you see somebody coming up behind you, I get there's times that you don't see it. I get it because I've been there before. But how many cars need to pass
Like
you?
5 minutes.
Yes, how many
You
cars
haven't
need to
looked
pass
behind you
you
once.
before you pull over into the other lane? It is a passing lane. Get over.
Yeah.
Bugs bad. Most embarrassing moment, the top two I can think of that are pretty close. I had knee surgery. I had a full brace on, and I had to use crutches during that 12-week period. Adam and I had gone to dinner. We'd gone to a nice restaurant. I had a silky jumper on, and I had a silky bralette underneath it because it kind of swooped down right here. Crutching my way in. We get seated at our table. The literal water boys coming over, seating us, giving us water, is just acting weird like the whole time. He brings us our menus, he's like, got this cheesy little grin on, brings our menus. As I hold my menu and look down at my menu, I notice my tata is out. Like, not just like a little side boob, like nip. My boob was out. So embarrassing. I was like, oh my hell. Adam's like, what? I'm like, my boob is out. My boob was out while we were walking in. I obviously like, anyway, it was horrible. I never wanted to go back to that restaurant again. Second, real close up there. This just happened recently too. Adam was in his office working at home, and it was evening time. You're married, you got to keep it spicy. We're sending texts back and forth. I send him this really
Descriptive.
good word, descriptive sext. And as soon as I sent it, I realized I sent it to my daughter, Kaytlen, instead of Adam. Kaytlen and I were having this conversation over here as I was texting with him. And yeah, I was panicking. I hit undo send as quick as I could. And she texts back and says, what did you say?
Too
I think I
late.
said too
Yeah,
late.
too late, with a laugh face. So that was embarrassing. And I have apologized profusely numerous times for scarring her. But yeah, that's a little about me.
My turn.
Yep.
Your turn.
Okay, my name is Kaytlen. I am Mindy's oldest daughter. I am 31, born and raised in St. George. I moved to a small town in Missouri, summer of 2018. I have been here since. I met my husband here. He was stationed here in the military, and just met through mutual friends. At first I really didn't give it a second thought. He got my information from other people and was very persistent. So I gave in. We have been married 4 years. He is currently going to school to get his degree in web development. So we have 5 kids in total, kind of yours, mine, and our situation. I had a daughter and son when we met. He had a daughter and son when we met, and we have a daughter together. The oldest is 11, and our baby will be 4 in October. She's starting preschool next week. So we have a whole crew.
Sad.
I know. She's so excited. What else? I own a cookie business called Cookie Cravings. Right now it's just from home and online, but I hope to expand that in the future. And I am a real estate agent here in Missouri right now and working on some other things right now. But I do really enjoy both of those. Hobbies. I enjoy all things family, being with the kids. They're into sports and, don't really have a ton of time. I also enjoy, the gym and all things football and sports. So that's a hobby of mine. A guilty pleasure I have is binge watching all of the new good shows, even the old shows, that I loved growing up. Hill still from middle school, I binge watch. So that's a guilty pleasure. My love language is that gets me through some rough times. It always has.
I've rewatched Vampire Diaries like every fall. It just like
Really?
gets you into the fall mood.
Yeah, I love
As
that one
much
too.
as you watched One Tree Hill growing up, I have never seen an episode of One Tree Hill.
I actually haven't either.
Really?
Never.
I can't believe this. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, my love language. My love language is words of affirmation. That's my first love language. Love that. It means a lot. And the second one would be probably kind of a tie between quality time and physical touch. Those are important ones for me too. A signature trait. I'm kind of a people pleaser, a fixer, which I've come to learn the hard way has not really been a great thing.
You would have thought you would have learned that watching me be a fixer pleaser for so many years, and then I fixed not being that. You
Yeah.
would have thought you would have learned that earlier, but
Yeah,
learn in our own time.
it's taken some time. Um, trying to fix that, but easier said than done. It takes some time. So there's that. A pet peeve of mine is other people, not me, but other people coughing, and not just once, but repeatedly. Even when the kids are sick, and I know they can't help it, it just drives me crazy. I have to go in another
Why
room.
not you? Why can you cough?
I don't know. I'm not bothered by the sound of my own cough. But if somebody else is just yakking over here, I can't.
You can't listen to it.
I have to walk away.
So funny.
Yeah. The last thing, what was the last one? Oh, embarrassing moment. I don't have a ton that I can think of, but the top one for me would probably be, being in labor with my oldest daughter, right after I got my epidural and not being able to feel anything, and somebody in the room letting out a big juicy fart. And I thought, it was her dad. So I looked over and was like,
No, you were literally disgusted. You were like,
oh,
his name. Why would you do that? She was so disgusted.
yeah, I thought it was him.
See?
It was gross.
It wasn't.
And everybody in the room looked at me and said, Kate, that was you. So that was kind of embarrassing. But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
We all got a good laugh out of that one, actually, when it happened.
Yeah, I did.
All right, it's my turn. I am Harrison. I am the daughter-in-law. I was born in Ogden, Utah, and I moved all over from Idaho to Utah back and forth. My parents were separated and remarried to different people, which caused us to move a lot. So I've moved a lot growing up, but we live in Southern Utah now and we love it. And I feel like it's definitely felt like home to me. And I never want to leave unless I can pack up everybody with me.
Yeah, don't do it.
How old are you?
I'm just turned 26. My husband's name is Chasen, and he is a general contractor and home builder. He is a perfectionist. This man is very, very good at what he does. And he's been doing it for about 2 years now, and I think he just loves it. So we have been married going on 5 years, and we've been together for 9 years, pretty much since I was in high school. Well, I was in high school. And it's just crazy to think that now we have 2 kids. So I've met him through my brother, which he was very pissed off about, but loves it now. He had invited me to come hang out with his friends and it kind of backfired. So we have 2 boys, Brix and Jet. Brixton is 3 and Jet is 2.5 months old. But we feel like we have 10 kids because Brixton is 6 and he's just
6 kids, she means.
Yeah.
he's just crazy, but he's got the cutest little personality and we love him so much. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I would love to do my own thing someday. I think like once my kids are off in school, there's no way I can just sit at home. I love being around people and talking to people. I would love to start some kind of business. I don't know what that would be, but I would love that. But for now, I'm just raising my babies. Hobbies, I love going to the gym. Me and my husband have a Can-Am. We love to go out and ride it. We haven't ridden it much since we've had the baby, but it is something that we love to do with Brixton. He loves going riding. So that's definitely a hobby of ours. Guilty pleasures is my cooking of treats that I'm really, really bad at, but I really do love it. And I'm with Kaytlen on the watching trash TV. Once I find like a good show, which speaking
The island.
we started the Hunting Wives, and it is quite the show, I will say. It's
Yeah.
it's
Oh, you both started it?
she
I'm
started
done.
it. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh.
She started it. We're only on episode like 2 or 3, and I'm just kind of mind blown, but you're kind of watching porn, let's be real.
Yeah. One night I was watching, Adam was working. He came in and he literally, that's what he said. He's like,
Seriously.
are you watching porn? I'm like, I was totally asleep. I'm all, what? He's like, are you watching porn? I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I like looked and I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I am.
Oh my gosh.
It's quite the show.
Yeah.
My signature trait, I am the family therapist on my side of the family. I am definitely always giving, it's funny, it's always relationship advice to my parents, both of them, my brothers. It's just, I guess that's what I get to do, which I honestly don't mind. I love
You've
it.
probably had the longest relationship out of all of them.
It's probably true. Oh man, my love language is acts of service and like Kate said, words of affirmation. I totally forgot about that one, honestly. But I really love letters. Like that's like my favorite thing in the world to get from Chasen. Chasen
Okay.
will try and say that my love language is gift giving or getting gifts, which it's so funny because it's really not. I think that he likes getting me gifts, and so he like thinks that that's my love language, which he
Oh.
thinks that what mine are, but he thinks that's one of them. And I'm always appreciative of everything that he gets me, but it's not like, ooh, thanks. I know you love me so much because you bought me a new vacuum.
Yeah, you are more like you would rather have a handmade card from
Yeah.
Brixton on Mother's Day than
I'm also the cheapest person you'll ever meet. So when he buys me something, it's usually pricey. And I'm like, why would you spend that much money? That is so stupid. Pet peeve is shoes in the house. And we can all agree that it's
same.
disgusting. We were talking about it like people who put their like prop their feet up on their couch with their shoes on, or they get in bed with their outside clothes.
What are you thinking?
It's
Ew,
gross.
gives me the chills just to think about it.
Especially if you have like little kids that are like
Nasty.
crawling around on the ground.
Yeah.
Sick. I was actually thinking my most embarrassing moment, which I wish I could share it so bad, but I really can't because it's more embarrassing for the person that it involves.
You don't have to say their name.
Yeah, I know, but everyone will know who it is. And so for their sake, I won't share it.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
gonna have to tell me after.
My other embarrassing moment is I got really sick. I was staying over at my grandma's house with my aunt. She's the youngest of 8 sisters of my dad's. And she was like a big sister to us because she was really not that much older than us. But I got really, really sick and was throwing up and shitting everywhere at the same time. And it was in the bedroom. So it was like all over the walls. It was so disgusting. And for years, the whole family would talk about it. And right when my aunt met Chasen, she thought that was the first thing she needed to tell him. And I was so, so embarrassed at the time. But now it's like not embarrassing to me. Like we've all been in a situation where you're so sick that you can't control it. So
Yep,
it is what it is.
been there.
Happens. Yeah.
That's a little bit about me.
Great story. Yummy. So why we decided to start this podcast, the three of us love to spend time together. If Kate lived here, I don't think we would probably get anything else done because we love to spend time together. We're not just family, we're best friends. And we have the best conversations when we're all together. We can talk about anything and everything and we love it.
Sometimes we start out with, this might be TMI, but
A lot-
I'm going to tell you anyways.
A lot of times.
Yeah, our conversations go from, deep therapy, deep venting to, extremely inappropriate and laughing until we cry. So,
Yeah, sometimes I catch myself. I'm like, this is Chasen's mom. Maybe I shouldn't tell her
should
that.
I share this?
Tell her anyways. And he would probably die if he knew half of the stuff I told his mom.
Yeah, you would.
So he
Yeah.
doesn't have to know about that. But that's why we felt like this podcast made so much sense. We already have these real raw talks with each other. So we thought, why not share them with everyone else who may need to hear it and maybe feels alone in some of the topics that we're talking about. So that's why we wanted to start it.
I think for all of us, the biggest thing was that we wanted a space that felt real. There's so much fake, filtered, perfect looking content out there, perfect marriage today and tomorrow you're getting divorced. It's just not life. And life's messy and it's funny and it's painful and it's beautiful, all tied into one. And we wanted to talk about the real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, a big thing too is, just the connection. And, I know that I personally have gone through things where I'm like, am I the only one? Surely I can't be. And then you find out, you're not. But, if we can do something that brings people together and makes them feel less alone, why not do that?
Yeah. And it's not always the heavy stuff. We'll laugh a lot. We're very sarcastic and spicy. We won't hold back. I think that listeners will feel like they just pulled up a chair at the kitchen and just were chatting with us, which is exactly what we want it to feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have some guidelines, probably some bullet points that we want to hit on, but we just kind of want it to be unscripted and whatever pops up comes up. You can expect us to cover it all: motherhood, marriage, sex, family, friendships, suicide, death. I mean, we'll have warnings on some of them if they're not, for everybody to listen to, but we want to cover the struggles and the wins and everything in between that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can definitely expect this to be unfiltered, inappropriate. I can promise that.
Probably me more so than anybody else.
Yeah. We're definitely going to overshare, but one thing that you can expect is that we're always going to be real. So
Yeah, I might have to put over some of our episodes. Dad, this is not one for you. My dad
Grandma,
loves
don't listen.
talk my Instagram. He's my biggest supporter. He always is the first to comment on a TikTok. So, Dad, some of these, please don't listen to them. But hopefully everyone will walk away each episode with something, whether it's encouragement, a laugh, or just knowing that you're not alone in trying to figure out life. So we're so glad that you're here for our very first episode of She Who Thrives. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Get ready to laugh, cry, and thrive with us every single week.
And before we go, we're going to do a tip of the week every week. It is by the beautiful Maya Angelou. And it is: people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And that is so true. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. It doesn't cost anything to throw a compliment to someone, and you never know like what that's going to do to somebody's day. You can make or break somebody's day. And there are far too many assholes out there in the world that treat people like that. They don't care. So let's just focus on making people feel good when we walk away from them, leaving them with a good feeling. And that's how we can thrive.
And we will see you next Wednesday with a brand new episode. Always remember that no matter where you are at in life and what you're doing. Can we fix that?
Okay, we're unscripted. We are just raw real.
Repeat, your mouth didn't work as well.
The words got stuck.
Something. Okay. We will see you next Wednesday with a brand new episode. And always remember that no matter where you are in life, no matter what you're doing, do it to the best of your ability and always strive to thrive.
Till next time.
See ya.
Howdy too.
Wait, no. Shit. Your mom almost just clicked end. Woo.